What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Arena of Valor video, and today, as you can see, we will be taking a look at the newest patch notes. And this patch is actually going live tomorrow on the Indonesian servers. I think for the TiMi servers we will have to wait a couple more days here, but we should be getting this soon because it's not like a large patch where we have to wait 2 months again, hopefully, okay? Hopefully TiMi won't clown us. Now, let's get right into the changes because this is a very exciting one, okay? As you guys know, the last patch actually changed a lot of mages, buffed Illumia, buffed Kali, nerfed Dirok, buffed Liliana. It was very mage oriented. This one is gonna be exactly the same, but for Slayer lane, okay? For solo lane heroes. And as you can see, one of the classics who was always garbage for most of the time, for across most metas, Zuka is getting a huge buff, okay? Finally. As you guys know, whenever you play against Zuka in that Slayer lane and you're playing Omen, you're playing Lubu, you're playing Yena, Florentino, whatever, right? Everything beats Zuka, okay? And that is why he definitely needed that buff. And finally, he is getting some laning adjustments, okay? His passive is getting changed. It is gonna heal you on auto attacks, okay? Whenever you use your skills, of course, your passive increases your next auto attack damage on Zuka. And now it is also gonna heal, but only for 5 auto attacks before it goes on cooldown. It doesn't state how long the cooldown is, but as I said, it is gonna be pretty juicy. The heal is also very large. It is gonna be very similar to a Chi, and as you guys know, Chi is so powerful in that lane because of those heals on auto attacks. And as you can see, it has an AD ratio as well, so it's also gonna be very useful in the late game. Now, relocated the HP restore. I'm not sure what that means, but it's just not exactly sure because from what I know, this skill only gives you a shield. But anyway, moving on to skill 3, we have a base damage buff as well on the later stages. For the first level, it is actually getting nerfed by 50, but that isn't a big deal, I think, because at max rank ultimate, you're getting a whopping 100 bonus damage, and the AD ratio is going from 0.0 to 1.0, okay? So that is gonna help him a lot in the late game as well. And another nice bonus here is his attack speed growth is getting buffed. Now what that is gonna do is it's just gonna make it more reliable for you in the late game to apply those auto attacks because you're gonna have some more attack speed, okay? The higher you level up. Now we have a butterfly buff as well. First of all, her skill 3 backstab damage reduction that she gets after she uses her ult is going up by 5%, which really isn't a big deal. But the big one is return CD for skill 1 is going from 0.5 seconds to 1 second. And I believe this is whenever you auto attack with these 3 auto attacks that you get where you can dash onto an enemy after you use ult. Instead of reducing the cooldown of the first ability by half a second, you're gonna reduce it by a full second. So you can do that 3 times. The skill 1 doesn't really have a long cooldown to begin with, so this is gonna be extra juicy for Butterfly. I think she's already pretty decent. This is gonna make her even better, so definitely looking forward to playing some Butterfly in the jungle. Now we have a really nice Emily buff, okay? I'm a huge fan of Emily, if you guys didn't know, and I actually played her last time and I did pretty well, so I don't think she's really that weak right now. But this is definitely gonna make her pretty viable, in my opinion. We have the first ability, the little blade she throws. And now if it hits an enemy, it's also gonna give her attack speed, okay? And this is gonna be scaling from 15% to 25% for 3 seconds. 25% of attack speed is pretty decent. The skill has a very low cooldown as well. It has like a 3-second cooldown, so you will have a nice bonus. With that bonus on damage that you deal with your ultimate, it's also gonna help a lot to increase the frequency of those auto attacks. So very nice change here, and the ult is getting a huge buff. First of all, the mana cost is gonna be way lower. It's gonna be 100 fixed at all levels. I think it was way higher because Emily really runs out of mana, so this is gonna help. Then we have damage block. So this is the damage reduction. She has a very unique ability on that ult. She's the only hero who has that base damage reduction, okay? So every hit that deals damage to you is gonna be reduced before the patch by 50 plus 25 per level, now 60 plus 30 per level, okay? So this is gonna be an insane damage reduction. You're gonna be so tanky on this Emily now. And we also have the cooldown going down very heavily, 5 seconds at each level. This is gonna be really good, especially because Emily most of the time goes for an Aegis in there, so she's gonna have a really low cooldown on her ultimate in the late game. Gonna be very exciting. You will be able to ult twice in a lot of team fights, I think, okay, if it drags on a little bit. So Emily, definitely a huge winner of this patch. Moving on to, finally, okay, Florentino nerf. Finally, guys, this hero is still ridiculous for so many patches. It is just really stupid. And he's getting finally a pretty reasonable nerf here, okay? Flower duration is going down from 5 to 3 seconds. Pretty good. And new restriction, there can only be 3 flowers at most at any time. Now, this isn't gonna change a lot for very great Florentino players, because you can just, you know, you just S1, use all your flowers, and then you ult, and then you use all your flowers, right? So it's not gonna be that big of a deal. You just have to adjust the gameplay a little bit. But noob Florentinos like me, okay, what I used to do is I throw my S1, and then there's 3 flowers, and then I ult instantly, and then there's 6 flowers, and then there is absolutely no way for me to miss the combo, okay? It is so easy to hit them, because you literally have, you have AOV flowers everywhere. It's ridiculous, okay? So that's getting nerfed, so I won't be playing Florentino anymore at all. I didn't really play him, but, you know, but that's good, you know, because it's really frustrating to die against a noob Florentino like that. Now we have the skill 2. This is the big nerf, okay? This is the biggest nerf on this Florentino, in this patch at least. Can hit multiple targets, can only hit 1 target now, okay? So it's not gonna be AoE anymore. How many times have you been in a team fight and Florentino is going crazy, you know, he's doing a lot of damage, but then he just knocks up your whole team, man, and it's like a huge AoE. It's ridiculous, okay? That is getting removed. So honestly, a huge Florentino nerf. Still gonna be really good because he still has that dueling power, he still wins a lot of lanes, he still has that split push action going on, so he's still gonna be really strong. Just, yeah, not as completely ridiculous anymore, I hope. We also have a skill 3 buff in exchange for these nerfs. I don't think it does too much. It gives you damage reduction on the target from enemies that aren't ulted by you, right? So this is going up by 10%, again, not too big of a deal. And we also have a cooldown reduction by 5 seconds at all ranks. Again, not too big of a deal, I think, in this case. Definitely this is the big change, and it is gonna hurt Florentino a lot, I hope, okay? Ridiculous hero. Now we have a very interesting Taara buff, okay? I don't think she will be good, but it is a step in the right direction. Now, what all this text basically says is you're gonna deal a little bit less damage on your S2 physical, but you're gonna deal some true damage based on the enemy HP, okay? 4% of the target's maximum HP on true damage with your S2, and that is twice, okay? Because it has like 2 stages to deal damage, so 8% of the target's maximum HP, and for every 200 AD you build, which you probably won't, because Taara is mostly played full tank, it also increases by 1% on that S2. We also have a cooldown nerf for it from 5 to 6 seconds. So all in all, she's just gonna go full tank, and she's gonna deal a little bit of true damage, okay? Because she's one of the only tanks that doesn't deal any true damage, which is ridiculous. Now we also have a skill 3 buff, in my opinion. Although they're nerfing the healing on it a little bit, they're also giving you a ton of magic resistance and armor when you use it, okay? For the whole duration. So that's gonna be really juicy. I think that's a buff all in all. But it isn't too big. I think you could slap so many buffs onto this hero and she would still not be too strong. But maybe she will be viable. I will be testing her out. Look forward for a gameplay there. Now we have Ryoma, a really exciting buff. Okay, this is my favorite change this entire patch, because of course Ryoma is one of my favorites, guys. Now Ryoma is getting a nice little gameplay change. Okay, first of all, the cooldown of his passive is going to be displayed under his health bar. That's going to be pretty useful. But the big change is skill 1. As you guys know, if you hit an enemy, you can use it again within 4 seconds, okay, before it goes on cooldown. Now, if you hit an enemy, or if you jump over a wall, or over a tower, or over any obstacle, right, it is gonna also give you the chance to use it again. This is gonna be really, really exciting because you will be able to parkour around walls and stuff. It's gonna give Ryoma a lot of more options, but it isn't too big of a buff, okay? But honestly, with the new Ryoma skin, I've played him a little bit in the Slayer lane. I think you can make him work if you play him very well. And yeah, so he isn't all that bad. He was also picked in esports, guys. So he also uses Spear of Longinus very well. So all in all, pretty good hero right now. But we also have some more buffs here. The skill 2 is getting buffed. What it used to do is, if you hit the first enemy, it does the 100% of the damage, and then anyone behind only takes 50% of the damage, okay? Now it's gonna hit everyone for the same amount of damage, so if an enemy carry is hiding behind the tank, you will still be able to one-shot that pesky Kefani or Lavil or whatever. We also have a base damage buff, but an AD ratio nerf. However, I think the base damage buff is so big here that it is gonna not matter too much in the late game, hopefully. I hope Ryoma is still gonna be played full AD because it's really, really fun in the Slayer lane with Flicker, with that S1 Flicker. Really, really fun to play. Now we also have a health regeneration buff on that skill 3 on Ryoma. So that's gonna give you a lot more sustain in your lane. And yeah, it's honestly gonna be pretty good. And if you hit any target with it, that's a new effect now, you will reduce the cooldown of the second ability by 1 second. So as you can see, man, you will go for a 40% cooldown reduction Ryoma build, and it is gonna be absolutely juicy with rank breaker nerf, Spear of Longinus now in the meta. Ryoma can use it very well, and he benefits from that 15% cooldown reduction from it. Honestly, guys, Ryoma looking pretty hot next patch, okay? Definitely look forward to it. Now we have Wonder Woman, okay? She's getting adjusted. A lot of changes here. Long story short is her first ability has some more range on that shield attack, right? And it's also gonna give you the damage reduction, not after you hit the enemy, but while you're doing it. And they're nerfing the damage a little bit as an exchange, but it has a lot more range now. And it also instantly gives you the passive, okay? The shield throw passive when you use it. So that's gonna be really juicy, honestly, very nice change. We also have the skill 2 is getting a little bit of a quality of life change. Whenever you use skill 2 now, you can instantly use your ult. And what that will do is, if you hit an enemy and you hook onto them, or you hook them to you, then it will instantly cast your ult while they're being hooked or while you're jumping to them, okay? And then when you land, it will instantly stun them. So that's really cool. And if you miss your S2 and you use your ult instantly, if it misses, it won't use the ult, okay? So that is some smart coding there. We'll see if it will be bugged. That already shouts a lot of bugs to me, but we'll see if they manage to it. Now we also have a little bit of a bug fix on the skill through that it better hits now. Sometimes it didn't hit people around you and stuff. So yeah, just really nice changes for Wonder Woman. Honestly, I think Wonder Woman can be played in the Slayer lane, can be played in the jungle, and can perform pretty well. I'm not sure why we're not seeing her too much, but we might see her now more often. After that change, of course. Superman also getting a very small buff, I have to say. His skill 2 is gonna have a lower cooldown by 2 seconds for most of the game, because it is the last ability you max on this hero. And at max level it's the same cooldown. And the acceleration per stack when moving continuously is going up from 2% to 2.5%. And I think this is just your move speed is gonna reach the maximum faster, which also I think means that you will get your energy faster, okay? So we'll have to see. This is really difficult to just judge this change by just this little sentence. We have to test it out, because keep in mind, guys, if you move faster, you also get the charges faster. Higher slows won't break your flight mode, stuff like that, right? So keep that in mind. This might really change Superman a lot, or it might not do anything, okay? We'll see what it does. I will test it out after the match. Now, Yena is getting an adjustment, and this is definitely the loser change. This is not Yena being the loser, she's the winner, okay? But TiMi is an absolute loser for doing this, okay? Yena is so incredibly broken, guys. She is... Oh man, I cannot state enough how stupidly broken Yena is. And what they're doing is, first of all, they're nerfing her passive. The silence and slow duration on the passive marks when you hit 4 auto attacks or abilities in your dual wield form is going down from 1 second to 0.75 seconds. Okay, so that's pretty good. You know, the silence is really annoying. The damage bonus is going down from 2 to 1.5 AD ratio. Again, really good. And then I see that, hey, they hit me with that sentence and I'm like, come on, you clowns. Added a shield of 200 plus 100 times the 3rd skill level plus 1.0 AD. Come on, man. She is gonna be so ridiculously tanky now. And yeah, that shield is gonna be huge. She's also gonna be able to lane effectively before level 4 now, which she really shouldn't be able to, because it's the whole theme of the hero that she should be useless before level 4, and then after she hits level 4 she's a really strong powerhouse. But she is strong at every level, and now they're even making her stronger before level 4. Ah man, ridiculous. Okay, she's gonna be insane, I think. This nerf, yeah, sure, but she has so much damage anyway that she can still one-shot you, okay? 0.75 seconds, she can still one-shot you during that time, so you can't flicker away during the silence anyway. And this shield is just gonna make her ridiculous now. No one will be able to beat her, I think, at least from what I'm seeing here. But yeah, we'll see if this will be as bad as I'm making it out to be. Now we have a Richter nerf as well. This is pretty nice. We have the second ability is going up in cooldown from 3 seconds to 5 seconds. And it is so annoying. He uses his S2 and you're trying to burst him down, and then he gets another S2 and is able to escape, okay? So this can actually be a pretty big nerf, because he won't be able to escape as many situations now. And the charge time is also going up in the early game, down in the late game, but only by 1 second, up by 2 seconds in the early game. So honestly, pretty good nerf, but Richter is so cheated as well, man. He really deserves more, but yeah, we'll see. This also nerfs his supporting playstyle, which honestly I don't like. I really like the supporting playstyle. It's really fun, so we'll see what that does. And now we have an Arduin buff, okay? Unfortunately, it's a super small buff. Very unfortunately. Optimize the normal attack field for smoother usage. That's actually pretty good, because if you guys played Arduin, man, you try to auto attack and you walk away and you cancel or auto attack, and it's like a really bad auto attack animation, okay? So that's really good. Skill 1, optimize the range indicator so you will be better able to see when you hit it, whatever. But this is a good change. Skill 3, instead of only stunning a single target when you jump in, it will stun everyone with a radius of 2 meters in the landing range. So if you hit a nice combo onto 3 people with that ult, that can be a very juicy teamfight winner, okay? We'll definitely test out Arduin after the patch. But he's really trash right now, guys, so it will be difficult, okay? It will be very difficult. Now we have an Illumia adjustment. It's honestly just a pretty big nerf, which she really deserves. She is the most broken mage right now on the current patch, so I'm really looking forward to this. We have a base damage nerf from basically 50 at each rank on the first ability. That's really good. And keep in mind, it also increases the damage by 1.8 times on your juiced up S1. So that is gonna multiply this nerf even further, okay? So that's really good. They fixed the bug that it randomly silenced enemies, which is ridiculous. How can it random? Come on, guys. Come on, TiMi. Come on, man. Fixed the problem that the normal S1 indicator does not match the actual range, so they fixed that. That doesn't really matter. But now, skill 2 banish, okay? That is getting a really large cooldown nerf, okay? From 9 seconds at level 1 to 13 at level 1, and from 6 at max rank to 8 at max rank. So that is a huge nerf. The hit delay is getting removed though, so that's a kind of a nice change there for her. The mana cost is going down as well, which really doesn't matter. So we just have a nice little Illumia nerf. I think you could have hit that by 100, honestly, guys. This ability does so much damage right now, but maybe 50 will be enough, hopefully. Moving on, Astrid. Optimize the field for skill 1. Well, that's it. Okay, so it's gonna be a little bit more smoother, whatever. I mean, she's okay. She's not that bad, she's not that good. She's okay, but she can definitely receive some love there. We have Lubu getting adjusted as well. Optimize the timer for the skill 3, not sure what that means. Fixed a bug where collision range of the third skill of the skill 1 was larger than expected. So that's just a nerf, because the AoE of the first ability knockup was nerfed, which honestly will hurt Lubu quite a bit. So yeah, not sure how to feel about that, because he's the classic Yena counter. She's getting a shield. I don't know, man. This will be meta of Yena, and yeah, I don't think Zuka will beat her with that healing. I don't think Ryoma will beat her. The only thing he will be able to do is jump over the wall and run as far away from her as possible. So I guess, guys, just pick Ryoma. We have a Kali adjustment as well. Fixed a bug where Kali couldn't be attacked during ultimate activation. Now, luckily, we don't have the patch yet, okay? On the TiMi server, so I will try this, because this sounds really funny if I can't get killed during ultimate, but I don't think we have that bug. Maybe it was only a Indonesian server bug. But yeah, anyway, we have some more bug fixes, but doesn't really, has some compatibility issues. iOS 14, doesn't matter, man. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I think it's a pretty good buff, pretty good patch in general. Some really cool changes, like the Ryoma is going to be really fun to play. This is disgusting. Get this girl out of my face, seriously. She's in the meta for 15 years now. Please, man, please. Can we not break up with Yena? Guys, please let us just break up with Yena. Just get me out, get me out of this Yena hell, okay? Please, man. Look at her face, man. She's crazy. You already know, man. She's gonna follow you everywhere. This guy, I mean, honestly, he's pretty cute, but I would still like to have him a little bit more gone. And this guy is really cool. I would like a relationship with this guy, you know? Anyway, boys, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like, subscribe as always, and with that being said, I will see you guys the next time. Peace out, boys. Bye-bye.